Sorry, I'm about to sneeze. Hey guys, happy Good Friday, first of all. And secondly, I have some ideas that I want to share with you because so many of us are at home with our children right now and we have no idea what to do with them, especially on the rainy days. I have a lot of mom friends and they don't know what to do. You might finish the school homework in 2 hours and then the rest of the day you're literally at a loss. So here's the idea. You guys look at my favorite nonprofit, Art Feeds. They have project art boxes that you can buy online. The price ranges from $12 to $24. They come to your doorstep, delivered, and inside is this like amazing project that you can do with your children. And they give you instructions on the Instagram. It's so easy, you guys. And Sunny and I just did this. So I want you to check out the link below. You can purchase it. They also have online resources where you can download curriculum. You guys, I mean, we're kind of all tapping into our inner teacher right now, and it's not easy. I mean, I feel for all of my friends with children right now. So check out Art Feeds. The link is below. Buy an art project. This was so fun. Go online, check out their online resources. There is curriculum that you can download, and then they also have like tools for like online coloring pages that you can download that also help talk about feelings that your children might be going through. Sunny and I just did this today. Check out what we accomplished together. It took about an hour and it was so fun. We did an outer space exploration bin. And honestly, y'all, I enjoyed this, I think just as much as Sunny did. It's really healthy for as adults to like tap into your inner child and just use your imagination. And honestly, how many of us have so many anxieties right now? Like how are you gonna make payroll? Where's the food gonna come from? How long is this gonna go for? When is this gonna end? All these anxieties and worries that we have as adults. If you can just stop for an hour in your day and do an art project with your children, I think that is so healthy for the entire family. I wanted to bring in an expert for you to hear from yourself, Meg Bourne. She's the founder of Art Feeds, and she explains to us the value in therapeutic art and the value in listening to your children and what you can do, even though you don't feel like a trained professional, what you can do and empowering you as a parent to talk through these things with your children through art. So check out what she had to say today.
I really want people to understand why it's important, besides that, oh, this is fun for me to do this with my baby or child, but what's really the symbolism and the therapeutic side of it and the benefits for children, especially like right now with the quarantine happening.
Yes, there's something about us is that like trauma and addressing trauma with children has been a part of our story all along. In Joplin, where we were founded, there was a large natural disaster, and we just learned by being with those children. And then we're continuously thrown into different areas, whether that was natural disaster, or like the work that we've done together in Cambodia and Thailand, where that's ongoing chronic trauma for those kids. So for us, it's even, you saying like Sunny is really little, which she is, but I think even when children are as small as Sunny is, like when you did that project this morning, you paused, right? Like there is so much happening right now in families. Where is the next paycheck going to come from? Where meals? What's going to happen next? When is school back in session? When is daycare going to happen? I mean, there's just so much uncertainty that whenever you carve out time to just really sit with your child and to do a project with them, and Sunny doesn't know, she knows mom and dad are home all the time now, but also it creates intentional time for you guys to do something together, and for you to be very present with your daughter, although a lot of things are happening around you. Now with older kids, this landscape is nothing like any of us have ever experienced before.
No.
Because you're in Texas, I'm in Arkansas, and we both are like experiencing the same anxieties, the same fears. It trickles down into every area of life across the country. Whereas, if you were experiencing something in Austin, typically with our trauma, you might be able to reach out to me and I'm outside of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I have space for you.
So
but now it's more of a like, hey, me too. Like, oh, you have these fears and worries and anxieties. Hey, I have those too. So there is like a collective reach for each other where we have an understanding of what everyone is going through. And also it seems as though none of us are on stable ground. So with children, something that we've been talking about and exploring a lot this week is that your trauma is the worst trauma. Meaning that if a parent in a household is wondering, how am I going to get groceries? Or where are we going to live? Or what, I have a paycheck to XYZ. What does this look like? That is their trauma that they're carrying. And that feels really terrible. But whenever your child is upset about maybe not seeing their friends, or they miss that birthday party, or they're missing their Easter celebration they usually have with their family, that is the deepest sadness they have felt, is that they're missing out on that. So their trauma is the worst trauma that they have felt, even though they might not have an understanding of, we don't know how food is going to get on the table. We don't know about paychecks. We don't know about our health. We don't know about the health of the people we love. It's really important that space is created for children too, because whether or not they can name their feelings specifically and verbally the way that we can, they are feeling it.
Yes.
And we can't discount it. As parents, we can't say like, you should be happy we have a roof over our heads. Like, you don't know how great it is we have a roof over our heads right now. And yet them really missing their friends is really important. And it's important for them to feel. So with Art Feeds, we are absolutely joyful, right? Like that's a part of who we are. But also we think that all feelings belong. And so if a child is, is feeling anxious or sad or angry, and they might not necessarily be able to name it the way you and I can, where like I can say, okay, I'm in my body. I feel that there's tightness in my chest. And that to me signals that I'm having anxiety. A child doesn't have the verbal tools to name that. But when we create space for them to dance or draw or paint, even when they're doing physical movements, that is something inside their body that's getting out, and also create space for kids to communicate. So like we have our free printables online right now, and one of them is a feelings wheel. So a child can paint each part of the feelings wheel and say like, okay, when I'm happy, red means happiness to me. So I'm going to paint this part red, and they get to paint the whole wheel. And then
passing up the plate. This is like, we're always let go. I think parents need therapy too, Meg.
Totally. You need a feelings wheel.
That's like, yep.
I feel #attached overwhelmed. I cannot be
there might have separation anxiety.
Yeah.
I think that's really what's happening.
But yes, so we have that. And so with Art Feeds right now, we've doubled down on all our free resources. So on the project box that you did, we have a project video that goes along with that. So if you have the materials at home, do it at home. If you don't, you can order it from us, and all the supplies come safely to your doorstep. We also have that feelings wheel I talked about, free printables on our blog. And then for teachers or caretakers that really want to create space for their children in a very structured way, we have our curriculum and trauma curriculum that they can get at Art Feeds online. So we have a lot of layers depending on what level you want to help you create a space for your child where they feel free and safe to express themselves. Because in this time, there's so much happening around them that they can't name.
Yeah.
And they don't have control over. So even creating a project where of all they can name their feelings and talk to you about it, or they're just empowered to with their imagination, like space exploration bin. That's rice, right?
Yeah, I know. It's so easy.
Materials. Yeah, and then in your imagination, you're transported to a different place, but you also have control over that. in your imagination when so much is out of our control right now. So there's just so many layers to it. But we talk a lot in Art Feeds about the performance of feelings. Like I said, all feelings belong, but we societally get confused between what a feeling is and the performance of a feeling. So if I'm angry, that feeling belongs. I have it in my body for a reason, but the performance of my feeling, if the performance is flipping a table or screaming at another human being or hurting someone else or myself in some capacity, that is a poor performance of the feeling. But if I'm really angry and I feel really overwhelmed and I know that I can turn up some music and I can dance it out, and I have the same release, but in a positive way, that's part of what we're teaching the kids as well.
I love that. It's so funny you say that, because we've been having dance parties in the house, and I have to be honest, we kind of did this before the quarantine, but we have really felt the effects and benefits of like cranking up the music, you know, and just having a dance party. And it's like, for all of us, I mean, Joey, myself, and Sunny, you know, just, it's been really fun. So it's very
well, and that, like, I'm watching this landscape all over the world where, so in our neighborhood in Fayetteville, we howl every night.
What?
like wolves.
Your neighbor?
Every night at 8 p.m., someone in our neighborhood started howling. And then our sweet neighbor was like, you should do it with us. And we did it. And I know that, like, I work in this field, right? So I know that this is an expressive release of emotion. But when I did it, I was like giggling and laughing, and it was so much fun. And every night at 8 p.m., I know that's going to happen, you know? And then I've been seeing, like, in UK, there's a dance party every morning at 8 a.m. for everyone to start their day. And it's like, there is this collective energy of expression because Brene Brown says that creativity is not benign. Unused creativity manifests itself in other ways. So that's like why you're seeing from Sunny's age dance party to, like, you know, 80-year-olds in the street in the UK dancing at their dance party to, like, me howling on my front porch. It's actually amazing. Like, there's up the hill from us, there's an echo. So anyway, it's important for everybody. We focus on children because what's happening now is they're going through adverse childhood effects that will transform later. So if we don't help them feel now, that will manifest itself later. So it is worth creating the space. Yeah.
So important. And I found it to be even therapeutic for me as the mom, you know, because we do as adults even have all these worries and anxieties. But for that moment, you know, the last hour has been just free of every worry. You're not thinking about anything else. And there's something really healthy for an adult to even feel like a child again. And so, I mean, there's oddly like peace and comfort in that.
Yeah.
You know, where we all are the same and we're all on level ground, but you know, so I found it to be really therapeutic, and we kind of got in a Zen mode. But anyway, I think it's just so important that parents have these tools and resources. And so I love you guys. I'm like your number one fan. But I just wanted people to see you and to hear like the importance of this. And it's so simple. I mean, you guys have all these resources. We can go there, and especially, you know, there's a lot of us that don't feel creative in the space of children. Like a lot of my girlfriends are confused as to what to do. They get through their homework or schoolwork within 2 hours, and then there's the rest of the day. You know?
Right.
Not to mention how public schools have just taken out art as a subject that, you know, of relevance. It's very relevant. And so I think now we have an opportunity to kind of come from the inside out and reinstill the value of art in our children and creating that space for them to thrive in creativity. And that's so important right now. And like I just think it's really exciting that we have a chance to do that right now.
And you don't have to be skilled, you know, at all. Like I think that people have this fear, like, I'm not an artist. And we are very specific that doing art feeds and being creative is not artistic skill. It doesn't matter what it looks like. It doesn't matter what your dancers look like. It doesn't matter if you're a bad singer. All of these things are important to do consistently for your own insides. And we've done all the work. For 10 years, we've been going into spaces where children are feeling big feelings in so many different capacities. And it's like, we've done the work.
Yes.
So just go and use our resources, please. Like that's what we're all about, is making sure that children are served in the best way possible. And right now that's at home. And so that's why we've made, I want to mention that Art Feeds Online is our curriculum website where you have a monthly membership. And this month, to help serve parents and caretakers at home, we've made what is regularly almost $30, $10 for this month. So you use the code HOMEBODY to get in there. You can cancel anytime. You can get in there, test out the lessons. There's teaching videos, project examples, the lesson breakdown. And there's also, very important right now, you mentioned a lot of your mom friends are like, I don't know, or that I think there's this innate fear of, how do I talk to my child about these big feelings? I'm not qualified. Well, guess what? We all just have to show up and do our best in this landscape. And we have videos and training videos on how to do that, on what to say to your child, on how to create that safe space to help you fully have the tools. So
I love it, Meg. I love you so much.
I love you.
I love it. I love it. Yes, this is so good. And we're going to share the project box that we did with Sunny so people can tune in and just see how easy it is and how fun it is. And so healthy for everyone in the family.
Yes.
So.
How lovely is Meg? Couldn't you just listen to her all day? She's one of my best friends, and I just love the work that they're doing. So I hope you learned a few things from her. I also have 2 more ideas before we close out. You guys, check out fireclay.com. They have printable coloring pages that are super easy. We actually printed out a big stack of these, and we're about to go deliver them to our neighbors in their mailboxes. Your kids have endless coloring pages to keep them busy. I also enjoy coloring. My last idea from you comes from another one of my best friends. Her name's Miranda Burnett. She owns Flash Tattoos. You've probably seen her beautiful jewelry-inspired temporary tattoos. They came out with fun tats. These are for children. They are very fun. There's a butterfly and a caterpillar, and so when Sunny wakes up from her nap later today, we are going to be doing these. And so this is one more idea for entertaining your children, just doing activities with them. It's so important right now, y'all, to just dig into those quiet moments, especially going into Easter. We're going to be dyeing some Easter eggs and doing all those things later this weekend, but I hope you can just lean into these quiet times, find the positive things. Yesterday we discovered caterpillars and roly-polies, and that was really fun. So it is quiet. I know we're all a little going stir-crazy at this point, but we have a lot to be grateful for. And what better weekend than to be forced to be quiet than Easter? I think we can all just lean in, be grateful for what we have, and keep praying and praying for the people on the front lines, praying for the people with the virus, praying this is going to pass soon. So I hope you guys have an amazing Easter weekend, despite what's going on around the world. And dig into these art ideas, y'all. It just makes the time go by in such a more fun way. So I love you guys. Check out the links below. Art feeds, fun tats, fireclay.com for coloring pages. So many ideas that I just wanted to share with you guys. Have a happy Easter weekend.